Hi everyone. Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Monday Night Raw or Moonday Night Raw. Tony Schiavone, with Renee Young and with Wade Barrett here. And today on Monday Night Raw or Moonday Night Raw, we're going to see Holy Fellow Nicholas, Father Yule, here today. It is, yes, it's the 11th month. It's not Yule yet. It's not Jesus' birthday yet, but it will be soon. And the TWF likes to offshoot Father Yule from the 11th month into the 12th month long before any other skilled wrestling business does it, Tony Schiavone says. You got that right, Renee Young says. And it's good to see Father Yule here today on Monday Night Raw or Moon Night Raw, given the first he's only been showing up towards the end of this week anyway. Renee Young said it'd be good to see him. And also don't forget, Wade Barrett said we just shift our timers back. So now the days are going faster and it's getting dark at 5 in the evening now. But if that thinks that means the TWF has stopped doing what they're doing, think again, because that's not true. And it will be good to see Father Yule. That's what we call him in 4-1 Kingdom. We call him Father Yule. Whoever Father Yule was, before they offshoot him in with Odin and Holy Fellow Nicholas. But that's what we call him. And now we're going to see him here today on Monday Night Raw, or Moonday Night Raw. All right, says Wade Barrett. All right, Tony Schiavone says, there's Santa Claus, Ho, ho, ho. Happy Yule. I know it's not really Yule yet. It's the 11th month. And I know Thanksgiving Day is the holy day or holiday, at least the 4-1 Reichs one that everyone, is, thinking about. But I know that, right? But you see, a lot of folks seem to also offshoot Yule things into this time of year too. And one thing we should always keep in mind, we should always be thankful for everything we got one day a year. Not one Thursday out of a year, one moon day out of a year, whatever. Now, I know a lot of folks out there I know that I'm busy between the 11th month until the 1st month, because I just don't do Western Christendom in the 12th month. I do Eastern Christendom in the 1st month. So yeah, I'm busy for about 3 months, for 2 months out of this year and the 1st month of next year. But I have a list, and I am looking on it 2 times to see who's good or bad. Santa Claus, it's good to see you. Wonder Woman, it is so wonderful to see you. And I know Santa Claus or Father Yule, do you mind if I call you Father Yule? Well, I know that you are the one, I know that, you're the one who brings happiness, who keeps Yule, Jesus' birthday, alive with the happiness and glee. That you're only keeping that happiness of that day alive. And that Yule is about the birth of Jesus, the Son of God. And that's right, Wonder Woman. Yule is about the birth of Jesus, Son of God. The greatest gift that God has ever gave mankind and womankind. God gave us love, He gave us forgiveness, He gave us life, He gave us freedom. He also gave us a gift of our sins being atoned for. He gave us the gift of our afterlife, which we always had, but our afterlife and a stead in heaven through God and through His Son Jesus. I just want to say, I know Santa, I know you're busy right now, or at least getting busy, and I know that sooner or later you're going to start showing up, doing all your rounds, But I just one thing I want to ask for you. What is that? I want you, if you can do this, because this is more of God and Jesus work here, but if you can do it, if you can bring happiness and breaker rest, between lands that aren't getting along, like Holy Land and, Palestinian land, or Holy Land and Iranish land, or, a Syrious land, or breaker rest between South Korea's land and North Korea's land, or breaker rest between Ukrainian land and Russian land, or between East land and Taiwanese land. That is a good wish. And Wonder Woman, Diana, I wish that I could breaker rest between those lands. The only ones that can breaker rest between those lands is God Almighty and Jesus the Son. But that is a wonderful wish, Well, if I don't see you before now and then, I just want to wish you a happy Yule. I want to wish you a happy Yule too. And by the way, a happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Wonder Woman. Well, now Wonder Woman is now in the ring now. Oh, I have seen everything. Shit, I have seen everything, Chris Jericho says. Is this the TWF or some, is this the TWF or some mid-morning learn thing? That some show that you would either see on QOD or, PBS or something. And next thing you know, it would be some they'd show on WQOD. Oh, we can't afford this shit. We take gifts or something. Chris Jericho, what is your bind? I was out here with Father Yule, and you're out here shaming me like it's something that you would see on PBS or WQOD or whatever. First off, I don't really care which folk work it would be seen on. But first off, I beat you, Chris Jericho. I beat you in your so-called learning tree. And now you're still angry? You're still irked over that? Get over yourself, Chris Jericho. Alright, I beat you. I called my shot. I beat you. Our war, our wrong is over. All I want to do is breaker rest between you, and then that'll be the end of it. Oh, Wonder Woman, Diana wants to break her rest between me. That's a good one. Giving to the grounds that giving to the grounds that never giving to the bullshit grounds, Chris Jericho says. There was a one-sided match. And you hit me with all those weapons and all those tools. And I want to have another match with you. I want to have a match with you without weapons, without tools. This is what it's all about. How I beat you in the Stunting Fleet match last Thursday. Is that what it is, Chris Jericho? You can't get over yourself? So, yeah. How about we go for it, Chris Jericho? How about we go for it? Alright, don't mind me, ladies and lords. Don't mind me at all. But I'm just going to tell you right now, John Bradshaw Lakefield says, we fight here today in the TWF. Here on Monday Night Raw or Moon Night Raw. Chris Jericho, you want to fight Wonder Woman again? Wonder Woman, you want to fight Chris Jericho again? Alright, let's wrestle. Let's do it now. Well, we just heard from John Bradshaw Lakefield, the main overseer of the toy wrestling gathering. You know, and now we got this match here, Tony Schiavone said. And, you know, Chris Jericho has a lot of gall to come out of here and start shit after he lost at Howl Evening Madness last Thursday. While Renee Young says Chris Jericho was never really known for his wit, and if he was known for his wit, well, he wasn't thinking today, Renee Young says. Yeah, Chris Jericho is a one-sided match, Wade Barrett says. I would be angered too for the one-sided match that I had. You know, I'd be asking for another match too if it was that one-sided. Well, sagas of body slams right now. The catastrophe kick from Wonder Woman. And if I do know right, Wade Barrett, you had almost a one-sided match with John Cena at the end of 2010 YL. And I was, Chris Jericho just did a code breaker, the hidden breaker on Wonder Woman, Tony Schiavone says. Tony Schiavone said, will Chris Jericho win? 1, 2, and only a kick out. There's only 2. Tony Schiavone said. Renee Young says, Chris Jericho, you know, he's done a lot of things in almost every wrestling business he has been in. You would think by now he would have learned some onlook. You think he would have known when enough is enough and when to call an end to a war or wrong. But I guess he wasn't, Renee Young says. Chris Jericho, you know, is not one of those wrestlers to want to end a war and a wrong, Wade Barrett says. And Wonder Woman, she shamed at him. And now he's going to get even by putting the Walls of Jericho on that Mattel or Hasbro Wonder Woman doll that they got from the Vinlander thrift middle earlier this year, or was it last year, Wade Barrett says. Well, Wade, no need what shop Wonder Woman got bought from. If she was made by Mattel or Hasbro, we don't know. But I don't think she's going to yield to the Walls of Jericho, or even what they're calling it these days. Wade Barrett says, I don't think so. Wonder Woman breaks out. Wonder Woman. Knock down Chris Jericho. Here we go. The Wonder Woman cutter. Tony Schiavone said, Brown Street on Chris Jericho. Wonder Woman doing all the holds like the Vinlander Nightmare Cody Rhodes would do. You know, Tony Schiavone says. But will we get a 1-2-3 out of that, Renee Young said. Will it be enough to put Chris Jericho away today? Wade Barrett said, Chris Jericho is a strong wrestler. He's a mighty fighter. There's no way he's going to lose to Wonder Woman. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. Here is your winner, Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman has beat, you know, Chris Jericho, you know, here today on Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw, Tony Schiavone says. And at least Chris Jericho can't bitch and say that it was a one-sided match or he didn't get some holds in or some blows in, because yes, he did. You think that's going to be the end between both of them, Tony Schiavone says? To be honest with you, Tony, I don't think, hopefully Chris Jericho will know that enough is enough and to end this war, this wrong between him and Wonder Woman. Oh, Renee Young says, well, the truth is, Chris Jericho has never been known when to say enough is enough. So no, I don't think this is going to be the end of the wrong or the war between Wonder Woman and Chris Jericho, Wade Barrett says. Alright everyone, we're going to take it away I guess you're right about that, Wade. Tony Schiavone says, since Chris Jericho never known when they call it, never known when to end things between others. We just saw the things he did during his time in AAA and NJPW and ECW, and USUU and SMW, SMW and ECW and WCW and WF and WE and AEW. So you're right about that. Take it away, Michael Cole. Shit. Thank you, Tony Schiavone and Renee Young. I'm going to be talking with Wonder Woman here today on Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw. Alright, Wonder Woman, get your hands up. We saw that shit. We saw it. Fuck. Can't get it right. We just saw you had your match with Chris Jericho here today on Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw. How is that going? How's it going? I hope that I hope this war, I fought this wrong, this war between me and Chris Jericho would be over. I thought we could broker some kind of rest between each other and go our own ways. But no, Chris Jericho isn't done yet. He's still irked, still angry that I beat him last Thursday. Well, I beat him here today, so hopefully the war to wrong is over between us. Well, I've known Chris Jericho at least since in his first run in WWF and WWE and his 2-diff run in WWE. And for all the things he did when he was in ECW or in WCW or SMW or AAA or NJPW or in AEW, I don't think he's going to be done. Well, you're right about that, Michael. At the end of the day, I think Chris Jericho isn't going to be over. He's still bullshitting folks about formerly the Jericho Onlook Gavra followership. Now it's the Learning Tree. You know what? If Chris Jericho doesn't want to end this war, this wrong between each other, I guess I will. When I talked about how I wanted to break a rest between all the warring lands out there, I truly meant it. And Chris Jericho, well, he's just like, he's like Rushland. He's like Iranish land. He's like Syrius land. He's like, Palestinian land. Eastland. And how they like North Korea land. How they like to war with other lands. And they don't like to stop. So, yeah, he's like that. Well, that's my talk with Wonder Woman. Back to you, Tony Schiavone and Renee Young. Well, thank you, Michael Cole, for talking with Wonder Woman here today on Monday Night Raw, or Lonely Night Raw. And that's all the time we got here. I, Tony Schiavone, with Renee Young and Wade Barrett. We hope you like Monday Night Raw, or Monday Night Raw, and we'll see you tomorrow for NXT.